Hello, listeners. Apologies for how late an episode was this week. My job has lost some people, and so I've been putting a lot of overtime to try to keep up. So it kind of delayed things for the beginning of the week for the last episode before we are transitioning into season 3. So once you get this episode, we should be having the very last episode of season 2 of Adventures with Attitude next week's Wednesday, and then that will be followed by a Wednesday episode of, well, it'll either be the Crest Animon one shot, or it'll be something else new for our Friday freebie Fridays. So we hope you enjoy. When last we left off with our heroes, Greta, Burt, and Earl had figured out that something was going on, that something was infecting the students of their high school. After some further research, they started to figure out it may be some kind of ghoul creature, which led them to the realization that their original assumption of it being the mean girl was wrong. It was their crony, who was also Greta's old friend. After talking to her father about the incident, Greta made an unusual request and requested the antidote for the transformation in lipstick form? Something's going on here. Things might be getting extra saucy this episode. And now, on to the show.
This would technically be a manipulate-ish, because you're trying to convince him to see if he can do this, right?
Alright.
Roll.
Alright, full plus hot. Come on.
And you guys are really gonna love this.
Partial success.
Okay.
So what's also happening in the party bus is if you remember in the new season of Rick and Morty when Jerry and Beth were talking to Rick's adversary.
Oh my god, Mr. Nimbus.
Yes. So he's pulling a Mr. Nimbus.
Oh Jesus.
So he's doing pelvic thrust. He has his hands behind his head, going up to each person, and then his little henchman got a clipboard and like, you see, Burt is interested in having you in a orgy. So if you could please sign here and agree to these terms.
He's handing out fucking contracts to everybody.
Exactly.
This is the most R-rated episode or arc of Dungeons and Pop ever.
This is the greatest episode ever.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, hey, I didn't create your characters. You did. So
I am so happy.
all right.
Oh, this is beautiful.
So he does say that he can do this, Greta. He can do this, but in order to do it, he's not able to give you like a full tube full of lipstick cure. No. If you wanted his lipstick, the most he can give you is like it's like a patch, right? You peel off the back of it, you stick it on there, and done. But it's a one patch deal. That's all you got.
Okay.
All you got. So Earl and Burt can provide distractions.
Oh yeah.
Definitely, I'm sure. Yeah, and so they show up and Sable is there, and I'm guessing that Sasha is also there, probably in the party bus seat right next to Burt, right? And she's throwing her head around, she's loving it.
Oh wow, I get to use one of my moves too.
And then Earl is there with Sable, and she's gone possible even more goth. She's got full makeup and eyeshadow and like black everything with a black veil. She's like a widow's bride kind of look, right?
Oh my god,
Fucking Earl is in the most fucking patriotic suit he can fucking find.
Yeah, they would be, as far as the most odd-looking couple at the whole party. I think you might win it.
I swear, he has to have beer for my horses blasting out of that goddamn vehicle.
I was thinking that, or something by Brantley Gilbert, anything by Brantley Gilbert.
Okay, so yeah, but you see, the party's going in full tilt when you show up. But there's he's not like an adult for a bouncer, but I mean, she's stationed two of the football jocks at the entry, right? And what they're asking everyone to basically show, their people are coming up, it's like, where's your message? And they're having to show, like, here's the text, here's what I got, and when the party bus pulls up with the music and the lights and the everything, they of course immediately know who it is, who is gonna be getting out of there. And you see, if you're all entering kind of at the same time, you'll see one of them ducks inside and then comes back out, whispers something to the other guy, and when Burt and his entourage and Sasha all come trooping up, he's like, no, I'm sorry, you, and you, and basically anybody connected to that. And he points vaguely toward Burt. Yeah, you got no. By word of the host here, you're not getting in.
I would like to make a deal with these bouncers.
Okay. Talk to me about making your deal.
So I think Earl is gonna walk up to both of them and he's gonna be like, boys. Listen, we all got the same text message that everybody else here did. And me and my friends would like to parlay with this beautiful party. We've brought friends. We even might have some booze in the back of my car. It just depends. But I need something from you first, and I can give you something in return. We just want to get into this party. What is your temptation, son? What can I do for you?
But this is a manipulate, so you still need to roll.
Yes.
Here's one question first, Nick. Are you following Greta's plan or her lead? Oh yeah, Greta said that she's trying to Greta is basically said she's going to take care of this because the plan is to get her in a point where she can seduce and kiss Penny.
Just get her close to Penny.
Oh,
that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get us in the door.
All right, then you've triggered my chosen mood. Light the way. Whenever your friends follow your commands or lead, they add 1 to their rolls.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, let's see.
So that is a 6 plus a 4 plus what is manipulate? That's hot, right?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, so that's a 6 plus a 4, 10, a 12.
Okay. And this says on a 10 and up, they will do what you want if you give them a bribe, a threat, or motive. Which one do you want to give? And I will tell you what to do.
I'm gonna... So because I am the devil, and I can supply them with anything they want, as per my character backstory, I'm going to offer them a bribe.
Okay.
Because, as the fucking devil, I can give you what you want. You just have to come with me, baby.
Yeah, I think if you're just gonna want to get, like, I'm gonna let you decide unless, did you have a particular bribe in mind? Otherwise, I had one.
If you've got one, go for it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I think what happens is they obviously they've fallen under some kind of hypnosis or something. They're nodding at you. They're following every word you're saying, and they're like, they follow you as you lead them kind of off to the side, and you whisper, you're whispering between the three of you about, so what do you want to do? And then the others, as they walk inside, they see, because I'd like to think that Burt has left some members of his entourage in the bus just to run the whole thing, like the music and the lights and the everything, right? It's like, your job is to stay here and do this, right?
Yep.
So what they do as you others are walking in is you see that they have turned away from the door, and they glance around really quick, see if no one's looking. And then very quickly they will step up to the entrance of the party bus and vanish inside, because they've secretly thought he was cooler for a long time and never had the guts to tell Helen, because they were kind of afraid of her. And now it's like, her reign is over, man. He's got a party bus and everything. We're out. We're done. We're over.
And the fucking devil who grants your every fucking wish.
Yeah. Because I think what you did in effect narratively is you have given them more confidence than they ever would have had on their own, and they're just like, we're done. We're out. We are now officially devoted to the new guy because he's cool.
Emotional drug dealer. Bang bang.
Yep.
Your emotions. It's like, I got what you need.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I got the good feelings.
Okay, yep, you're gonna enter, and you see very obviously as you enter that, the party's going on, and of course it's picked up a few paces since, entourage and everyone has arrived. But because of there's a chocolate fountain, of course, there's a fondue fountain, there's food. And as you look around, you see, you can see Helen, holding court, gossiping, moving from person to person, talking, but you don't see Penny anywhere. You know she's got to be here, but you're not sure where she is. And as you enter, of course, Helen has noticed, that this rowdy bunch of ne'er-do-wells who she very pointedly just said don't enter have shown up. And yeah, I think she stomps down from her, I think there's a little stage with stairs. She stomps down towards the entourage, and she gets right up in Burt's face. She's like, what are you doing here? I just told them to get rid of you. What are you doing here? And she's actually trying to push him towards the door to get him out of there. How does he respond?
Oh, this is great. Burt is actually going to grab her hands and put her in a tango pose, and he's gonna go, hit it, boys! And one of them hits the sound on a speaker, and you hear the song from the Blue Oyster Bar from Police Academy. You just hear that, and he just starts dancing with Helen. I'm here to make your party better because your parties fucking suck because you suck.
Okay. Yeah, I think the entourage and a couple of the other people that came, they're all pulling out their cameras and taking photo proof of this whole thing. And as they do, I'd like to think that Earl is slowly gliding through the party, just, making deals every 5 minutes,
I think at one point you hear Earl crack a beer and just straight shotgun and then crush the can and just go, woo! We're doing this thing, baby! Woo!
Yeah, and I think in stark contrast to how she said it before, Sable is hanging onto your arm, and when you just shotgun this and crush it, she's like, but it's not quiet at all. She's like, that's so deep, man! Yeah!
Why do I feel like this is like a cotillion-style bar party? Everyone's in the ball gowns and shit. And then you have us come in,
and then you have Earl.
Yeah, and then what about Greta? Because she hasn't, as I said, you don't see Penny, obviously, at least anywhere. What is Greta up to?
I think Greta's instinct is she's going to move far enough into the party. Is the party's going into the backyard too, right? Or is it just inside the house?
Oh yeah. It's everywhere. It's outside. It's inside. It's all over the place. I think she moves enough inside the party that she can, because her instinct is thinking back to her childhood and her and Penny. She kind of just goes to the center of the party and just kind of looks down. She's looking down with her head, but then I think she's looking out of the corner of her eye. She tries to look across the roof of the house. Across the roof of the current house. Yeah, because I think she's thinking about it. If this was a planned massacre, she's thinking tactically that maybe if they're not seeing her in here, maybe she's at a point where she can watch the carnage while whoever else she's turned down here
does what they do.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Okay, so you're basically looking to see if you can find her?
Yeah.
If she's out there somewhere?
If she's out there, because her first thought is maybe she's up on the roof because she just thinks back of how adventurous they were as kids, and maybe part of it too is just that was her original instinct before they figured out all this stuff, was she was just going to hang out on the roof and watch the party. Because Penny was her best friend.
Okay. She's looking. And I think as you do look, you don't see anything initially, but then as you watch there, and the party is, the loud music and everything, but it is muffled a little bit from up here, and you start hearing this soft sort of humming coming from further along the roof. It's kind of like you have to be further outside to see it. You're just hearing this humming, and it sounds like she's humming whoever this is humming. Pop goes the weasel is the song. And do you investigate this?
Yeah, I think she investigates.
Okay. And as you I'm guessing you have like your phone light out or flashlight or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say it's your phone light. Okay. You've got your phone light out, and as you step out clearly onto the roof to get a look, immediately the sound stops. But then as you turn and look, you see sitting there on not the edge, but close by-ish to the edge, like 1 foot dangling, swinging, and just looking down at the party is Penny. She is out there, but when she hears you, she turns very, very suddenly, and she, what the heck are you doing up here? The whole party's down there.
Well, you said I came through the party. She gives a small smile and starts walking over.
Oh, please. Everyone comes for the party. That's the only reason why everyone's here. She's desperate to, believe me, I've heard her. I've had to listen to her yammer at me, go on and on and on about social hierarchies and pecking order and nonsense. The party is everything, and yet I'm here going to watch this, which is why I'm out here. By the way, I couldn't stand it in there anymore.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
How many deals have I made with people? It's a reference question. I have a reference question. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, okay. I thought that was I'm sorry. I thought that was Greta to Penny for a second. Okay. You at this point, I'd say you've made a fair way through the party, and I'm gonna say you have made 3 deals.
Okay, well, I would like to invoke a move to kind of give Greta some time with Penny without interruptions.
Okay.
And I would like to invoke my darkest self.
Whoa!
There's a reason, though. There's a reason. Are you ready?
Okay, so what exactly makes you snap? Because this is like the darkest part of your nature. What is it?
So this is a conscious snap. This is something that I know that if we don't figure this out now, a lot of these people are gonna die. And so if I can use this the way I want to, then I can give Greta enough time.
Oh, 1 second. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Okay, so I'm sorry. What was the ending of that? You wanted to do it to cause a distraction, basically?
Yes, I want to give Greta as much time as I can with Penny. And so the reason I want to invoke my darkest self is that it says you've spent too long worrying about what they want. Call in every debt and make sure they all remember exactly how little they'd have without you. Turn them against each other for your amusement, and especially the ones that refused your offers or defaulted on their debt. Escape your darkest self when you get called out by someone who owes you a lot less than you owe them, or until someone shows you they like you for more than what you can give. And so I'm hoping, this is a double-sided thing, so I'm hoping that I can use the debts that were refused, or the offers that were refused, and the ones that were accepted to create a fucking riot in the middle of this house party in order to...
I did say you'd made 3, or attempted at least 3 different deals. Of course, not even counting those 2, the deal that you made with both the bouncer at the front, which means 2 more deals confirmed. So, yeah, that means I'm gonna say that of the 3 deals you attempted in the party, 1 succeeded, 2 failed. So
okay.
So, unless you wanted to roll retroactively for that, but...
Well, so it says you can turn them against each other, and especially the ones that refused your offers. So even if they didn't accept then they would still be compelled.
Fair. I was just wanting to know if you wanted to actually try mechanically to do that. But anyway, okay, so you have 2 succeeds, 1 fail, and 2 succeeds out in front of the house in the party bus. So, I mean, how, like, this is like your, like, into your devil heritage, right? So what does this look like in the middle of the party?
So I think this is going to be one of those times where if we had Men in Black, this would be necessary because I'm about to show my true nature. And when I say this, what's going to happen is that my horns are going to appear, my tail's going to come out, and I'm just going to, you're going to hear this real deep Southern voice go, "It's time to riot, baby." And the two that were out front and the three that are inside all just start going to town on everybody. And he quickly snaps back to humanoid, but his eyes are on fire still, is the way I like the picture of it.
Okay. All right. So it's evolved into, and Helen tries to keep hold of it for about 5 seconds, but obviously fails. It turns into this whole, and I'm guessing Burt's over there just he's into the whole thing, right? He's like being a hype man for the whole thing, like fight, yeah, slam him down.
And I think Earl kind of looks down at Sable and he's like, "I apologize about that, but now you understand my true nature."
And I think she, very in character, I think. She's like, "That was the hottest thing I have ever seen."
God damn it.
And she, she's just gone silent and she's watching you and she's looking up at you and she says, "And remember, your eyes are still on fire right now."
Yeah.
And she says, "You have the most beautiful eyes." You've just basically granted her goth Christmas 100-fold because my possible future boyfriend happens to actually be a hellspawn. How cool is that?
And Earl just kind of looks down and he's like, "Well, thank you." And he goes right back up to looking at the carnage that is unfolding in front of him. And you just kind of, everybody can kind of hear him chuckle, just this really, really deep, throaty chuckle. And he's just like, the fun begins now.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wow. If you're not careful, you might actually end up killing more people than the ghoul, but okay.
Oh, they're just rioting.
Okay.
I'll try and stop it before it gets too horrible, but then also the way for me to come back from my darkest self is safe.
To be called out, right? Called out by someone who owes you less or someone who cares for you more than for what you can give over, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why I thought this would be a perfect opportunity because I do have one or both of those options.
Yeah. All right. So, I think in the moment that this happened, the whole party has been loud. So hearing more of this, it might, up on the roof, Penny and Greta, they just hear this and they think, oh, they just ratcheted it up a few notches. It's no problem, right? And I think Greta, of course, knows that, oh boy, did Earl do that. But either way, she's thinking his heart's in the right place. His heart's in the right place. His heart's in the right place. I hope, she's thinking. And then she turns back because she can kind of infer why you did it, I think. And so yeah, the last thing she's heard was Penny going on about, oh man, it's all about the party. I had to stand there and listen to her go on and on and on. I couldn't take it anymore.
I just realized I could have pulled a move too. That you're gonna hate this, but you might like this, Leslie. Because I just realized something. Mercy.
What move?
Because originally... That's true. Originally, Greta was planning to kill the source. And then she found out it was Penny, and she decided she wants to save it.
Well, actually, that's why I... That's kind of why I told you that, too. Because I was like, well, you could kill her, but... I just wanted to maybe give you an option to not kill her if you didn't want to.
Sorry about that, Wesley. What was the last thing?
The last thing was that I was just reiterating what Greta had heard from Penny about, oh yeah, it's all about the party. That's why I'm out here. I had to deal with her for days and days. I couldn't stand it anymore. That's why I'm out here, he said.
You think Greta just kind of sits down by her and says, well, I didn't come for the party.
She turns to you and says, oh really? And why else would you be here? It's not like you tried to defend me when new hierarchy was established, was it?
I didn't want to. I didn't feel like I didn't. Well, I just wanted to respect your decision at the time, Penny.
Decision? You think it was a decision? No.
I just thought that you. I'm sorry. I should have been stronger. I thought that you didn't want to be around me anymore. But yesterday was like the first time I honestly kind of felt like you did want me to be around, for being honest.
You've met Helen, you know her, and you know me. You actually thought that I had the guts to say no? Really?
Well, I guess I'll be honest, Penny. Sometimes I think you're the bravest person I know. I mean, you were the only one who went with me to the caves. When we go out to the cave, all this stuff going on. In fact, this isn't even our first time on a rooftop.
She kind of chuckles a little, and she's like, that was pretty cool, wasn't it? and she looks down over and you see this her look kind of changes, and she's looking down, and she's turned away from you, and you just hear her say, not that it's going to matter.
I think that Greta is going to put an arm around Penny with one hand, and she goes, let's not worry about that, Penny. Right now it's just you and me. Let's just forget the hierarchy. Let's just, I think she kind of looks down and blushes a little bit. It's like, fuck them for now. We're here.
Okay, you're going for a turn-on move, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Oh, God.
Wow, alright. Yep, I mean, if that's...
I'm gonna play the system.
Yeah, it's a patch. I mean, if you can get her to, or, even on your own lips, and then, go for, try. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
Alright. Yeah, that's why I was asking about the mercy move, because that means if this roll does bad...
Yeah, you can use mercy if you want, yeah.
Look, I'm gonna play the system how the system is. This is supposed to be a romance system.
Well, ish, more so, yeah.
Ish, sort of.
You can do it, Sean.
You just start to hear chanting from the right side of the house.
This would be like power of real true love if you managed to
And what's powering on Greta now is you just hear Burt leading everyone chanting, "Fuck Helen's house! Fuck Helen's house!"
Okay, that's a partial success without mercy, but let me double check what mercy gets me to, because I actually,
Earl and Sable, they're both also saying "fuck Helen's house."
Oh boy!
All right, I am gonna spend a string to wait. Oh no, that's for another PC. So let's see.
Unless your origin or backstory gives you a string against somebody, like against her, but I don't think it does.
Oh no, that's why I was asking about mercy. Mercy gives me a string against her because I decided not to kill her.
Oh right, yeah. Okay.
But how does string? I see what string does for PCs, but doesn't. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Yeah. You can use them on NPCs to there's a list here. You can use them on NPCs. There's a list.
Would this be considered manipulating them, or
no? This is more technically turning on, I think, because she.
So then we get a +1. He could spend that string to add another +1.
Yeah, you could spend a string on another PC, or you can spend a string on an NPC to, here it is, add 1 to your roll against them, add 3 to your manipulate roll against them, cause them to falter, hesitate, or freeze up momentarily, add an extra harm to whatever harm you're dealing, or place a condition.
I'm going to place a condition, and I want to place a condition.
And what condition is that? Because there's no list. Tell me what sort of condition you want to place.
The cure.
Smitten.
I mean, you could basically say she's totally into it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is smitten, because I think she just kind of Greta kind of just pulls her even closer into, and just like.
Now, did she place the?
Oh, I figured she would have done that before she got up here, because she knows there's going to be one chance for one kiss.
Okay, I'm going to give you this, but if you figured that, you probably should have mentioned it beforehand. Just saying.
Oh, sorry. I thought you did.
That's okay. No. I did give you the one patch, so and we did infer that was kind of the plan, so you're good. All right. Yeah, I mean, you've placed this condition on her, and yeah, I think she just like I think this odd look kind of shifts, and she's looking at you, and she's just like, I'm tired of it. It's too much. It's exhausting. I can't keep doing this.
I think she just, Greta, in a surprising amount of strength, kind of pulls. I feel like she kind of almost picks up Penny slightly and just pulls her close, and then just like No, I know.
And the backdrop to this terribly romantic moment is
Fucking riots in the street, boy.
We've started a fire in the living room.
I want to work songs. I want to somehow work the meme "be gay, do crime" into this, but I can't figure out how to.
okay.
I mean, I started a riot.
Yeah. I think this is like one of those movie moments where, you know, if there were fireworks, there'd be going off, and there'd be music, and there'd be all this, and it's not like I don't think it's like for the two of them, it's not like I've had feelings this whole time. No, this is like possible. Yeah, but then for Greta, it's also like kind of saving everybody from being food. But there also might be something there. I don't know. She's your character.
I think there's something there for Greta. I think I feel like Greta is I can't remember the term. She does not have a gender preference.
Okay. Then yeah, there's this moment of you know, and time seems to stand still for the both of them, and then very suddenly, very suddenly, Penny pulls back, and she's like and she's like wiping at her mouth, but of course it's too late now, and she's like she's scrambled back on the roof, and in the light, especially when you were that close to her, you might not have seen it in the dark, but with the lights, the party bus, and the strobing, you're seeing that even with the when you saw her that day before, the fact was she was wearing extremely heavy makeup, right? Because she was hiding the whole and her she was wearing baggy clothes at the time, you couldn't tell, and now she's going into this kind of seizure on the roof, and you're thinking, okay, this is pure, and it is, but it's not pleasant to watch. It looks painful, okay, but ultimately as you're watching, you know, the color kind of bleeds back into her face, and she kind of she sits up after, you know, a minute or two, and she's looking around really kind of confused, and then she looks up and sees you, Greta, and she's like, what happened? How did I get here? I was there, and then she's thinking, it looks at you. What did I do? What did I do?
And you think Greta moves over to hug her and goes, "You know, I almost did something, but you know, but we power of love, or I don't know, but I'm not good at these things, Penny." But
and I think Penny, she kind of rushes over to look down through the skylight, and because she's remembering, she's like, oh no, I how could I have done that? They're down there now, and she looks down, and
can Earl is Earl able to see her looking down? Because I have something I want to say if I can see them.
Yeah, through the skylight. You might not be able to see them both, but you can certainly see Penny looking down through the skylight. And
so I want to look up at Penny and go, are you still a spooky bitch?
And she just sort of shrugs her shoulders, and then around the party, certain students, including some of the football players, maybe one or two of the cheerleaders, you know, they're going through the same thing that just happened up on the roof. They've collapsed to the floor. They're doing the whole seizure thing, and of course all of them are wearing, you know, big heavy outfits, big costumes, so they couldn't tell who was who. And I'm guessing that Burt sees this and just goes he knows what's happening, but it's oh hey, now they're just doing this new dance move, right? We're gonna do, you know, he's all about the party, right?
Okay, Burt has already started the process of converting people for his after party. So he was in the process of making out with many people. He just looks over and goes, "Oh, neat." Looks up at the skylight. "Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Greta."
Oh man, okay.
I think Earl is also in agreement, and then he looks down at Sable real quick, and he's like, "Hey, we didn't really talk about this, but you got to be the one to pull me back to reality, so I can let these people be at peace again."
Boo!
And she's kind of confused, but kind of very, very hesitantly, but also kind of like, oh, it's obvious to me. It's been obvious for forever. Well, I love you, if that helps.
And Earl just kind of, the fire just kind of starts dying, and he looks at her and he's like, it's too soon for that, but it worked. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, okay, just chalk it up to the future. I'll workshop it and say it again later, okay?
And Earl's just kind of like, yeah, we'll work on that.
And then I think ending moment for Burt. I think this is just very fitting. The two of you have successfully destroyed whatever last shreds of a reputation Helen had as a party host. I think. And so she's sitting there just on the stage steps, just kind of dejected and sad, and I don't know if she's crying, but it's, yeah, she's just sitting there solo by herself, and across the way, she makes a very certain hand gesture towards Burt, I think. And does he respond at all? Because I want to give everybody their moment here.
Oh, Burt sees her doing the hand gesture, and Burt just looks and he goes, "Oh, not even with a gold dick, honey." And he just goes back to what he
Well, okay, this is by far probably the most bizarre game I have ever run, but
this is the most fun.
Congratulations, everyone! You actually fought without fighting and survived what lurks under Blackstone.
Writing.
I have kind of an idea for just an ending scene. It's just the next day at school, and Greta is just waiting by the door for Penny to come through, and just smiles and hugs her, and they go get their lunch, and then she practically drags Penny over to the table with Burt. And
okay, and what is the ending for Burt and Earl? What does it look like that next day?
So Earl and Sable are definitely official.
Okay, yeah.
They're kind of they're at the table waiting for Greta and Penny, and they're waiting for Burt and Sasha.
Yes, Sasha. She wasn't as prevalent, but yes.
In the entourage to show up.
Okay. And what about Burt? Is he?
Before that, the night beforehand, minus everybody in their prospective partners, we go to Burt's house in what we like to call the O room. It's an Olympic-sized bed, and everyone in the school is there. You see Burt getting the robe taken off. He's just, I got a long night ahead of me. So when he's going to join everyone at the table, the entourage is literally everyone at school coming to hang out with them.
Jesus.
Hey guys.
Wow.
I've added some new members to the clique.
A few members. Yeah, you pretty much own the school.
welcome, listeners. I hope you enjoyed what you listened to, and if you really enjoyed it, please leave us a review on your podcast app of choice or podchaser.com. If you want, you can join our social club for one-shots available to the public. You might even find yourself a cast member over time. You can also find us on Twitter at Dungeons Pop or on your favorite podcast app of choice. Thank you for listening.